All right, what's going on, guys? It's Nick here, back with another mock draft. Today we're actually going to do a live one. It's just starting up now. It's going to be standard scoring, 10-team league. We got ESPN. I'm drafting from the 6th spot, and I don't know how long this is going to take. There's a decent amount of people in the lobby right now. I think there's 7 in it, but obviously people might leave, so we might have to wait for some picks. But we're going to have here also, I have my rankings. So I've broken them up into tiers and everything, so you guys can see that. I'll be releasing ranking videos, but you'll basically be seeing like my method for who I pick. I would have picked Antonio at 1. Whoever this was picked Le'Veon. I don't have an overall ranking. I just have positional by positional, but I would say Le'Veon's probably like 5th in my overall rankings. He is my number 1 receiver. So my top 3 receivers are off the board. The next guy I do have ranked is DeAndre Hopkins. So hopefully he's not taken. Not sure where I'd go if I don't go with him, but he is gonna go actually because this guy's not even here, and that's what I don't like. Show up for the darn drafts, right? The league had 10 people, and then it got quit out, but whatever. So if he is taken, the next guy I have is Alshon for my wide receivers, and my next running back is Adrian Peterson. So out of the two of them, I feel like who do I want to start with? Adrian Peterson or Alshon? Well, I think Alshon could be there at the next pick. So you do have to think about that. Alshon right now is ranked 17th. Adrian Peterson's not going to be there when I come around again. So I'm going to pick Adrian Peterson. And we're just going to hope that in the next turn of the draft at 15 that Alshon's there. That would be a really good way to start off because, again, I'll pull this up. I have Alshon ranked 5th. I think he's going to have a really good year. I mean, Bennett's gone, and he did good last year when he was healthy. He did great the year before, but he's going to be obviously the clear-cut number 1 guy. They're going to be throwing a lot in that offense because the defense still stinks. Forte's gone. They don't really have a running game, so I love him this year. So hopefully he's there at 15. And if this kid hadn't left, it would have been a little quicker. But also, these guys are going to be on auto pick now. So as people leave and it goes to auto pick, it will actually be quicker when it's coming around. So Charles is next guy on the board. Don't like him, but see Lamar Miller. I mean, he could be okay. I don't know about that pick. He could be good, but he's also pretty injury prone. I think that's why they weren't giving him all the carries. Todd Gurley, he's very good, but I just don't like taking running backs early unless they're elite guys. Adrian Peterson, I mean, he's gotten like 1,010 touchdowns every year. He doesn't beat his kid up, so basically he's a pretty safe option. Obviously, he's going to deteriorate soon, but who is Ezekiel Elliott? I actually do like. Where's he in my rankings? Elliott's 5th, so I feel like David Johnson's already gone. Let's see. Yeah, David Johnson's already gone. Oh, and there goes Elliott. I don't like Devontae Freeman at all this year. I'm not going to take him in any league. He's going way too high. He just stunk at the end of last year. If you watched him play, he caught a ton of passes, and that's why he got a lot of points. But just as an actual running back, he wasn't that great. So Charles goes. So looks like I'm probably going to be able to get Alshon, which I'm thrilled about. I do like Dez this year, but it just scares me, the foot injury. Like, I just don't like taking guys that are coming off an injury and we don't really know a ton about them. But Gronk is there as well, but I never can take Gronk. I'm a Patriots fan and I can't take Gronk. So we're going to take Alshon. Starting off the team, Adrian Peterson, Alshon Jeffrey. Love starting off like that. Since I took a running back, I'm looking right now to take a wide receiver. Again, this is standard, so the leagues I usually play in have 3 wide receivers, which is why I definitely like to load up on wide receivers early, but I'll be looking wide receiver here unless a running back falls. But honestly, if you look in this range, we'll sort by running back. There's really like no one you want to reach for. I mean, all the guys that you want to like take might be in these later parts. So there's no one at 26 that even McCoy. I guess maybe if McCoy's there. So we'll think about McCoy. Mike Evans is definitely the next guy. Yeah, Evans is ranked 8th for me. I would love to have Mike Evans at this spot. Let's see, there's 5 spots coming up. Oh, that's a close one. Brandon Marshall taken. Watkins, was his foot that hurt. Like I hate when people have foot injuries. Watkins has a history with injuries, but if he's healthy, oh, he's a monster. I mean, he's the focal point of that offense, passing wise. If he's healthy, he's a number one every single week. So I mean, that's a fine pick there. McCoy just got taken. Oh, darn kid took Mike Evans. Okay, so we look here. I believe Keenan Allen's my next guy that I have ranked here. See, Hilton, Cook, Keenan Allen. Yeah, Keenan Allen. Obviously, I'm pretty sure Allen Robinson. Yeah, Allen Robinson's gone. Keenan Allen will be our pick. Yeah, he was starting off really good last year until he got injured. But then he did get injured, but it wasn't like a significant injury. He'll be back. He just got a big contract. He'll be fine this year. And he had a really good year 2 years before that, not the year right before last year. He had a down year, and people thought he'd bounce back, and he did until he got hurt. And he'll be the focal point of that offense too. I like taking guys that are focal point. I don't like taking guys that there's multiple guys that could pop up. You know, he's an upside play. I like Alshon. No one's going to beat him out. Every single play is the number one option. Keenan Allen, no one's going to beat him out every play. Gates is still there, but he's like 85, 86 years old at this point. So Keenan Allen is a target monster. PPR, he's definitely a lot better. But who next? So I already have 2 wide receivers. Again, there's really no running backs. I'm thinking Cobb at this point. Hyde is a little bit of a risk, but he's probably would be my next running back taken. Gosh, I didn't prepare enough. Let's see. Okay. We're going to say if Cooks... I don't really like Demaryius this year, if we're going to be completely honest. Whoa, Cobb's way down there in my rankings. I think Golden Tate's like a lock for 100 catches, it seems like. But Demaryius is a number 3. He's just so soft. I don't like Demaryius. I'm going to take Golden Tate at this spot. I probably could have waited further, but he's going to get so many catches. It's just ridiculous. Like, Calvin left so many targets on the table. I know they just brought Marvin Jones in, and honestly, Marvin Jones is a very good pick late in your draft, but I just can't see him, Golden Tate, not getting 100 catches this year if he stays healthy. And really, health hasn't been a problem with him. It's just, I mean, everyone you have to say, unless he stays healthy, because you never know. But I like that pick. As my flex, I think these core of wide receivers, Alshon, Keenan, Golden Tate, that's a very solid core. Every week I can lean on them. So I'd like to take a wide receiver again, not in the next pick. Next pick, I really want to take a running back. But probably the pick after, or maybe the pick after that, I'd like to take another good wide receiver, just in case, you know. But don't like Forte, don't like Stewart. Hill's okay. I'd say Dion Lewis would be my next guy. Ryan Matthews. I am joking. Ryan Matthews would probably be my next guy. Or Dion. It's very close between him and Dion. It's tough. Because Dion Lewis, I believe he's gonna be a third down back, obviously, and he plays receiver half the time. And I'm a New England fan, so I like watching him. But Ryan Matthews with DeMarco gone is the number 1 right now, and a number 1 is very hard to come by. And he did really good, I believe, 2 years ago. He did really good last year too. He just didn't get enough carries. Injuries are obviously a problem with him, but you know what? They're a problem with Dion too. And Dion's getting older. I think, someone made the decision easier. They took Dion. I'm going to take Ryan Matthews at this spot. That fills up running backs, wide receiver, flex. You do not take a quarterback this early. This is like the deepest year ever for quarterbacks. So I'd look at tight end. Just take a glance. I haven't made my tight end rankings yet because I really don't make those much. That's too high. No, I'm not taking a tight end yet. So now we'll just click the flex. See, oh my God. If Cobb was still available at this pick, that's ridiculous. Randall Cobb should not be on the board right now. Oh my God, Matt Jones. If Matt Jones is there at 66, I'd love that. But I'm taking Randall Cobb. As my backup, my fourth wide receiver is now Randall Cobb. Like, that's ridiculous. People are way too low on him this year. That is fantastic value. As if you can get him as your number 3, then you should be pumped, because I think he's going to have a really good year. I mean, Nelson's back. Last year he was a number 1. He's just not a number 1. Like, he is a slot guy. He can't fill the number 1 routes on a team, and that's why he had a down year. Is because he was put into the number 1 position. Everyone thought, oh, his targets are all going to go up. He's going to be a monster. Well, no. That's not how it always works, which is a little bit what I'm scared about will happen with Golden Tate. But I think Marvin Jones is actually going to run the outside routes, and Tate's going to stay in like that slot role, like the Edelman role. So I'm not too worried about that. But Cobb with Nelson back, if Nelson's 100% healthy, we have to always say if, just because, I mean, you do never know. But I think I have Nelson ranked pretty high this year. I think he's going to be perfectly fine. So Cobb should return to the Cobb of old, and that's why I'm also high on Rodgers this year. But again, I never take quarterbacks high. I'll have him high in my rankings, but I never take quarterbacks at that position. But did Matt Jones? I wasn't even watching. Matt Jones, oh, people always get taken right before I want them, and I'm not ready for my rank. All right, let's see. Looking at this right here, I would say I should probably take a running back. So we'll sort by running back. Yeldon, Woodhead, Duke Johnson. Those are the guys I'm looking at. I like Woodhead this year. They brought in Chris Ivory. I'm not talking about the Chargers. They brought in Chris Ivory, so Yeldon, I'm a little concerned will lose his starting job because he wasn't that great last year. But I mean, he was a rookie. He was decent last year. They are going to run the ball more, but you would think Ivory would be used in the goal line situation, and they didn't even use him last year. Half the time they run, it was like first and goal at the 1, they'd still throw it. So Yeldon, I think he might get a decent amount of yards, but in a standard scoring where he doesn't score touchdowns, I just don't like him. Woodhead honestly gets used in the goal line. Like, people don't realize that. Melvin Gordon, they take him out in the red zone. They take him out after like the 50, and they put Woodhead in, put him in for goal line carries. They throw to him out of the backfield. He gets a lot of touches in the red zone, and that's what you want as number 3. Case Ryan Matthews or AP. I mean, AP I'm not too concerned about, but I guess technically if he goes down with an injury. But, oh, God, I wasn't even looking. I was talking too much. Let's look at wide receivers. Oh, if I hadn't taken Golden Tate, I would take Marvin Jones at this spot. But looking at everyone else, I would say Hearns would be my best guy. But we'll look at tight end, and we're probably going to go with Travis Kelce. I feel like the 7th round is fine to take. Was that the 7th round? Oh, it was 8th round. 8th round's fine to take your tight end in. I do like waiting more until like round 9, round 10, but with Kelce there, I think that's a perfectly good option. So we're still not going to be looking at quarterback because it's super deep. Looking at all these guys, I'd say Sterling Shepard, I like. Duke Johnson, I like. Marcus Wheaton, I like. Let's start taking some of these. So, Sterling Shepard will bring down here. Duke Johnson will bring down here. And Wheaton we're going to bring down here. Those are guys that I like. Oh, thanks for taking Wheaton. Okay. Oh, my boy Brady. Actually, I'm releasing a video about how you definitely you can take Brady this year. Stop taking my players. I guess we'll take Duke Johnson. Just load up on the running backs that have a chance. He has a chance to catch like 80 passes this year. I mean, it's all depends on how Kaepernick goes, but I mean, he caught like 60 something last year. Crowell is going to be the number 1 there. You do have to. Crowell is undervalued this year, but he's going to be the number 1. And I want to actually make my pick on time this time. So I have Rivers ranked 8th. Rivers, Manning, Bortles in that order. And I believe they're all still available. Yeah. So I would take Rivers with my next pick. And I think 10-11, I might take Rivers, Manning if I can. Just so that I can play the matchups. So let's see. All right, Rivers I can take. I do also love Stafford this year. Where do I have him? I think I have him ranked too low. I have him ranked way too low. I'll be editing that. I'll probably move him up to 13 ahead of Winston. Maybe even 12 ahead of Palmer. I'm not sure. But not ahead of Manning. I really like Eli Manning this year. Sterling Shepard coming in. They have like 16 running backs, it seems like. And you know what? He's always healthy. So I never have to worry about him getting hurt. He's steady production. I can play upside. Their defense still kind of blows. So, well, that's not true. Their pass rush is good. They lost to Mukamara, I'm pretty sure. And their corners, they drafted like Eli Apple. I honestly don't know how good he's going to be. But their defense doesn't blow. It's just not elite. So he is going to have to throw. They're not like the Broncos where Manning can throw 7 picks and then win against the Browns in overtime. That's just not going to happen. So I think Eli is a steady. What did he do last year? 44 and 35 touchdowns. Yeah. That's good numbers. I'm not sure what Rivers did. I don't think it was that great, but that's because a lot of people got hurt. Plus, I have this Rivers Keenan Allen stack. Obviously, that's better in like daily fantasy, but I like this. I'll take Eli here. Then I have 3 more picks. Sorry, take Eli. Then I have 3 more picks, and you always take kicker and defense in the last rounds. So let's sort by. Let's see who the wide receivers are. I would say I'd take a shot here on. I'd probably take a shot here on Doxson. Just maybe in the end of the year, he does good. Because, this is going to be my wide receiver 5. So he literally doesn't have to play the entire year. And I have Alshon, Keenan Allen, Golden Tate, Randall Cobb. So he doesn't even have to play. Obviously, you never really know. I've drafted guys in the third. I drafted Melvin Gordon in the 3rd round last year, and I actually didn't drop him. I traded him. I don't know why the person traded for him. But you're gonna think people are gonna do good, and then they're just not gonna do good. So you do have to always build depth. Don't go in here and be like, I have my 2 wide receivers, I'm set. No, because if one of them gets hurt, you're screwed. You need a solid base. That's why I always draft just a ton of running backs, because you really never know with these guys. I think Duke Johnson and Woodhead will be good, but you never know. So let's actually look at the running backs again. And I don't know how Ivory's still on the board. Ivory, and actually do like Charles Sims also this year. Not as much as Ivory. Oh, okay. Thanks for that. But, so Charles Sims, I think I'd take here. Also like Coleman, potentially to steal back the starting job from Freeman, because people don't remember that. Coleman was the starter last year until he got hurt. And then Freeman exploded for a couple weeks and they never put him back in. I think it's definitely possible that he takes back the starting job. Because, again, I don't think Freeman's that great. Obviously, he's a great pass catcher, and that's what they like to do a lot, dink and dumps. But you never know year to year. Last year we thought C.J. Anderson was a god. And, hold on. Let's see. Oh, yeah, Charles Simpson, take him. We thought he was amazing. I had him ranked I don't even know. He was definitely inside my top 10, and look where he ended up. So take there. Hopefully Tevin Coleman doesn't get drafted right here. Oh, of course he did. So then I'll take Isaiah Crowell, because no one else on this looks. Oh, Carlos Williams has upside. But I think Isaiah Crowell is the best pick here. Yes, I know. So defense is actually the next pick. Isaiah Crowell is going to be, I think, first and second down guy. I know I took Duke Johnson and Crowell, so you know what? If one of them gets hurt, I got the other guy. And that's honestly not a terrible strategy with these guys. I got them both late. If Crowell gets hurt, Duke Johnson's going to be a 3-down back, and that's fantastic. If Duke Johnson gets hurt, Crowell's going to have a ton of carries and goal line carries and first, second down carries, so that's fine with me. And I like the Patriots, so I'm going to take their defense. It's a mock draft. Honestly, who cares? Oh, look at that. Me and Team 1 are the only teams left. Last person, honestly, doesn't matter who your kicker is. Just pick a kicker on a team that scores points. I'll pick Crosby. That's fine with me. The Packers are good this year. So that's the end of the mock draft. Look at my team here. We're going to start off with Phillip Rivers at the quarterback, switching him in and out with Eli Manning. Then AP and Ryan Matthews at the 1-2 for running backs. Then wide receiver and flex, we've got Alshon, Keenan Allen, Golden Tate. Love that. Kelsey at the tight end. I didn't pick a backup tight end. I honestly don't think you need to with Kelsey. I would, if I go like the maybe 10th, 11th round doing tight ends, then, and I get guys that might not be that great, then I would definitely consider taking two of them. But I didn't here. Cobb on the bench with Woodhead, Duke Johnson, Doxson, Sims, and Crowell. Loaded up on running backs just because, you know what? One of them might hit and be fantastic. That's the end of the video. It was hard doing this live draft, one take, but if you watched this far, you at least somewhat liked it. Leave a like, really helps me out. Leave a comment on maybe picks you would have done differently, different things you want me to do, different video ideas you want me to do, and thanks for watching.